Good morning, everybody. Today's lesson we're going to really start with Unit 2, is honesty the best policy. Today's Zoom meeting, we're going to talk about Unit 2 for listening and speaking, and we're going to go over part listening 1. And supposedly you have already watched the video and the activities in your textbook, meaning that we today are going to review those activities, and you can ask me questions about things that are still unclear, maybe about the project or about the material that is in listening 1. Okay. And last week in our Zoom meeting, we did the Unit 2 overview, and I explained to you already the different material and projects that you need to do, and we talked a little bit about the different types of lies, white lies, apparently harmless lies, and potentially life-changing lies. And so we had these the different understandings of, well, there are lies that are very harmful, and there are those that are called white lies because people think that they're not as bad. Now, let's go to the next page. Yeah. So here we are, listening 1. Interview with a psychiatrist. Okay, so you read this here. The word plagiarism, presenting someone else's words and ideas as your own words, not your words. So it is very important that whenever you research information, you use other people's material, that you always paraphrase it using your own words and not just copy paste someone else's work. And so plagiarism is kind of lying. Yeah, it affects many people, especially because other people's work and ideas are now so available on the internet. So this kind of a dishonesty of plagiarism is a common topic of discussion at educational institutions. What can and should be done about it? Yeah, now, so you had to read and listen to the editorials and pay attention to the bold-faced words and phrases. And those are the words and phrases for our vocabulary for this unit. Oh, that came out wrong. We can also take a quick look at the back of our book, which would be page 251. Let us go there real quick. Now, here you see Unit 2, and these are the words for the listening and speaking that you got to know for Unit 2. Conceal, elating, erosion, finely honed, inflated, intrusive, misled, moreover, pervasive, preoccupation, put one over on, put the pieces together, reincarnated, relentless, rule of thumb, tattling on, trivial, uncanny, and veneer. So these are the words and phrases that you have to know for Unit 2 for listening and speaking. As you know, reading and writing has different words. And of course, for the grammar, when we look here for the listening and speaking, we're going to look at models. In this sense, the degree of certainty, not so certain, certain, very certain, you know, or neutral. So that is the grammar focus of listening and speaking. But then again, as I told you before, for listening and speaking, reading and writing, we have different vocab and different grammar, yes? Okay, cool. Go back here. Now, the words and phrases we were looking at in this part, listening 1, are pervasive, trivial, tattling on, misled or mislead, veneer, relentless, finely honed, conceal, and preoccupation. We've got a rule of thumb, intrusive, erosion, inflated, and put one over on. So what does that mean? Okay, we're gonna use annotation so you guys can annotate yourself. I do not have to do that for you, and you guys are going to answer one by one. If, for example, you're not volunteering, then I will call out for your name to answer. Remember that when you do not answer, you're written down as absent. Even though you are in the Zoom meeting, if you do not respond, means you're not cooperative, then you're absent, right? Awesome. Okay, we're gonna start with the first one. Telling something bad that another person has done.
3.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Can you annotate that? Can you annotate that? Are you able to do that? Michelle, right? Just now?
Yes, Miss.
Do you know how to annotate that, Michelle?
No.
Okay. Okay. Maybe next time. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Michelle. Lyle, can you do the next one? Exaggerated, overly important.
I'm not entirely sure about this one.
What do you think?
13, right?
Yeah. Who wants to do the next one? A cover that hides the way someone or something really is. Oh, wait a second.
That's
Who?
conceal, right?
Yeah, can you annotate that? Are you able to annotate that? Do you know how to do that? Lau? Would you know how to put the number in or not? If you guys
No,
can,
not really.
if you guys can do that, try it out. Yeah, if you can do that by yourself, it's cool. Okay, so a cover that hides the way someone or something really is basically 5. 5. It's 5. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna ask someone else. I'm gonna ask Fanya. Fanya, can you do D? Affecting someone's private life is in an annoying way. Fanya?
Wait, Miss. Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Mm, preoccupation, I think.
Can you annotate it?
Huh?
Can you put the
Cannot.
number in?
I cannot miss.
No? Okay.
9.
The number is 11 actually.
Oh,
Yeah, no worries. It's intrusive. Intrusive means you affect someone's life in an annoying way. That's when you're intrusive. Thank you. General guideline. Who would like to tell that one? What is a general guideline?
10.
Yes. So general guideline is a rule of thumb. Yeah. That's what we mostly would refer to as general guideline. Thank you. Hide something carefully. Okay, can I ask Albert? Albert, can you answer that one? Hide something carefully. What is that?
I don't know.
Hmm?
I don't know.
It's number 8. You have to look at the list of your words, yeah? It means it is conceal. When you conceal something, you hide something carefully. Okay, thank you. Unimportant, of little value. Unimportant, of little value. Okay, I want to ask, let me see if the person I forgot, because there are a few of you that are not here yet. Esti, are you here, Esti?
Yeah, Miss.
Can you do the next one?
Bentar, Miss. Hmm, 2, Miss.
Yeah,
Nomor 2.
very good. Yeah, so unimportant are of little value means trivial. Yeah, okay, we continue. H, existing or spreading everywhere. Belinda? Belinda? Ada Belinda guys or not?
Belinda izin rasanya ya.
Oh yeah, okay. Yes, ya. Aku nggak hafal siapa yang izin. Let me look at the chat. Yeah, there are several. Oh yeah, Belinda, Clara. Amel. Audrey. Sarah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, got it. So let's go to Andre. Andre, good morning.
Yeah, Miss.
Hi, can you do H? What is existing or spreading everywhere?
1.
Yeah,
1.
pervasive. Yeah, number 1. Good. Okay, continue. Kenas, good morning, Kenas. Kenas? No? Condition of thinking about only one thing. Only one thing. Sinta, can you answer that? Sinta,
Iya, Miss.
apa jawabannya? What is the number?
Uh,
Condition of thinking about only one thing.
Jawabannya yang sebentar, Miss. Jawabannya apa ya?
You can see on page 37, 36, 37. The condition of thinking about only one thing.
Jawabannya 9, Miss.
Yeah. So that would be preoccupation, yeah? J, make someone believe something that is not true. Rio, can you answer that? Rio? Andy,
Yes, Miss.
can you answer this one? Make someone believe something that is not true.
14.
Not 14, but you're close. It's 4. It's
4.
misleading. Yeah, thank you. Continuing without stopping or losing strength. Who would like to answer?
6, Miss.
Yeah, very good. It's 6. Yeah, relentless. The gradual reduction or wearing down of something. What is that, guys?
12.
Yeah. 12, yes. Erosion. Okay, M, sharpened and perfected.
7.
Finally honed. Trick, sorry, and deceive. Last?
Dan dapat nih.
14.
Yeah,
Satu.
that's 14. Put one over on. Yeah. Okay, so these are the words and the definitions, yes, people. Remember that you got to know them at the end of the unit for your unit test, okay? Any questions? No? Cool beans. Okay, so here you had to do the preview. In the video, it was also explained what preview is. Last time for unit 1, I also already explained that, right? So we're focusing on the title. In a listening, when we preview, we focus on the title and we look at maybe there is a small introduction or anything written in the book that can help us understand what type of listening section it is, and therefore show us what to focus on. For listening, the preview is most important. So you really look at the introduction that is written in your book, and from there you kind of can already predict what it is going to be about. Is it going to be a monologue? Is it going to be a dialogue? Is it going to be a conversation, a discussion, a debate? What is it going to be? Is it going to be a presentation? Is it going to be a speech? And that will kind of direct you. And then also the other thing is that you need to know the topic or the title, and that will also help you for your focus. Yeah, of course, definitely very important that you take notes. Lying is a topic of public discussion in the media. On a radio program called The Infinite Mind, Dr. Fred Goodwin interviews psychiatrist Dr. Paul Ekman on the subject. In the interview, Dr. Ekman defines lies as meaning two criteria. Predict Ekman's two criteria. Then you listen to the excerpt. So you had to predict first. What do you think that the prediction is? Does anyone want to answer that one? Anyone? Lyle, what did you have for that? Did you have a prediction? No one? Okay, let me ask Jeremy. Jeremy, are you here? Jeremy?
Yeah, Miss.
What prediction did you come up with?
Ini harus dengerin dulu ya, Miss. Saya nggak dengerin soalnya, Miss. Maaf.
Oh yeah, you should have watched the video last week, yeah? And then answered the activities, yeah, if you don't. No, ini sebenarnya tidak didengerin dulu. You predict, then you listen. But yeah, you should have done this last week. But no, in a predicting, you do not listen first. You predict first, then you listen. Anyone who had a prediction over this? You only read this and then predict. So Dr. Atman, you know, he defines lies as meeting two criteria. They talk about what lies are. No predictions here? Maybe he could have said that lying is deceiving and dangerous. Maybe he could talk about reasons why people lie. Maybe he gives a
Halo,
definition
Miss.
of what
Saya mau
lying
coba
is.
jawab, Miss.
Ya, coba.
Tapi boleh pakai bahasa Indonesia.
Ya.
Kalau bohong tuh ada yang untuk kebaikan sama untuk kejahatan gitu. Kayak white lies tuh untuk baik tuh, jadi kayak orang terpaksa bohong.
Yeah. So, with other words, not all lies are bad. That's the idea. Yeah, definitely. There could be the prediction of what he would be talking about. Correct. Thank you. Okay, now we go to the main idea. Remember what I explained also in the video and unit 1 that we have the general main idea and the sub main idea. General main idea is always in the introduction, also stated by the thesis statement, and in the listening section that is in the introduction is reflected through the title. The sub main ideas are reflected through the subheadings, if there are in a text, and they're reflected through the topic sentence, and they're only the small main idea for one body paragraph. Now, so for the main ideas, hearing them, here it says you have to listen to the entire interview, you know, and then the interview is Dr. Ekman, and stop after each part and write the main idea about the topic. Now, the first one was done for you. Part 1, the main idea is liars are narcissistic. Now, what about part 2? Who would like to try answer that one? No one? No one wants to try? So you basically, this is an example. You basically had to, what is that? You had to listen and then try to come up with what is that? The main idea that you are hearing. Now in part 2, the main idea is that liars are preoccupied with the moment. So that's basically what part 2 is about. Now I want to hear from Gilbert. Part 3, what do you think that in part 3 is the main idea?
I don't know.
You didn't get that? What is that about?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, I will write it down. Please check your answers, yeah? A lie is a, wait. I talked about that lies are a very particular form of deception. That's actually what part 3 showed. I'm not going to re-listen to it because this was your homework. You were supposed to do this at home. See, this is the problem. If you do not watch the video and you don't do the activities during your Zoom meeting, you will have problem answering because you haven't done it. So it makes it hard. Yeah. And it's important to do it because if I do everything in a Zoom meeting with you, it will take way too long, right? So, yeah. So part 3 showed a lie is a very particular form of deception. Now, what about part 4? Who got that one? Shenny, would you like to try that one? Shenny, part 4?
Miss, I don't know, Miss.
How come you don't know?
I didn't listen to the interview.
Oh, you did not listen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you don't listen to it, then you cannot really answer it. Yeah. Next time, please listen to it. So, okay. Now, write down the answers that I'm writing down right now, that I'm typing in. So you can still listen to it, yeah, because you have the video, so you can just listen to it and try to hear it. You can still practice it because these are very good listening practices. The ability to hear a main idea, the ability to hear the topic, to hear the purpose. These are important, yeah? There are 9 reasons for telling lies. Now, anyone maybe for part 5? No? Okay, there is a high, oh, that was not so good, but okay. There is a high price to pay for telling lies. That was basically the main idea of part 5. Okay, you can check your answers for that one. Okay, now for details, it was about, then you had to go for details. So you always will learn our practice with your reading and writing first for main ideas, and then details, and for listening, speaking, same thing for listening. Listening for main points, listening for details. A very good practice for your listening skill. So you would have to listen to the interview again, add the details that support the main idea. So just now you got the main ideas. Yeah. And now basically, so there are 5 parts, right? We answered them just now. And now for each part, you were supposed to write down the the main points. So part 1, liars are narcissists or narcissistic. Part 2, liars are preoccupied with the moment. Part 3, a lie is very particular form of deception. And you got part 4, there are 9 reasons for telling lies. And you've got part 5, there is a high price to pay for telling lies. Yeah, so the first one, did anyone do this? Because I don't really see the point to check this with you if nobody did this. Bisa direspon, siapa yang kerjakan ini? Ada yang kerjakan ini atau tidak? Hello. Hello, hello, beloved people.
Saya tidak kerjain, Miss.
Michelle?
Tidak kerjain.
Oh, tidak. So I think, is it safe to say that nobody did it? Tidak ada yang kerjain. Benar atau saya salah? Sama sekali tidak ada yang kerjakan. Okay, so it's safe to say that nobody did it, right? So basically what you had to do was you had to listen, you had to watch the video, listen to the interview again. Ini kan sudah dapat, yang tadi udah dapat, isiin lagi, and then you listen for details. If I give you the answers, that doesn't help you. There's no point in me giving you the answers right now. You were supposed to listen and try to grasp the main idea, and then listen again, and then try to hear the details that are connected to the main ideas. So I'm going to skip it because you didn't do it, and to still do it does not make sense because you would not understand. So what you're going to do is this: you can still make it, you can still listen to it and try it, and then ask me to check it for you. Okay? So if, for example, you still do that part at home and you want to know whether your answers are correct, please contact me. I will let you know. Okay?
Okay, Miss.
Cool. Okay. Make inferences. Now, noticing and understanding why speakers hedge. Inferences, you remember, yeah? The underlying meaning. Using facts, combining facts in order to get a conclusion, which is the underlying meaning. That's your answer. It's an educated guess, yeah? Something that is not directly stated. In order to be truthful, more truthful, modest, and cautious, speakers often use tentative language. So the speaker purposefully uses vague language showing hesitation or uncertainty. It's just to be more polite. Yeah? They hedge in order to weaken or diminish their stance for a variety of reasons. And so we call that hedging language. Now, basically what you're saying is in academic writing, you want to be careful in how you say things, and you want to be able to distinguish facts from opinion. Yeah, so by carefully stating things to still see the difference between opinion and fact is called hedging. It is used as a linguistic device, so you can show or express that you hesitate about something, that you're uncertain about something, or when you want to be polite. So basically hedging is a linguistic style or device that we use to sound more polite, yeah, or to express hesitation or uncertainty, and to show when you don't want to be so direct, more indirect. So you're a bit more careful in your language, okay? Awesome. Beans, any questions about that? No? Okay, then we continue. Now you had to do some, listen to the excerpts. Remember, the excerpt is not a complete thing. It's a small part from something complete, yeah? Small part taken from a complete text or audio, yeah? Identify the reason the speaker has used hedging or cautious language. Now, excerpt 1, what is the answer for that one? Goodwin hedges using the word most in order to, in this excerpt, why did he do that? Anyone? Why did he use the word most? Why do you think? Is it to be polite, avoid personal accountability, or to express his understanding for the fact? Anyone? L, good morning, L. Can you please answer this one?
I think it's C. Express his understanding of the facts.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
C. Yeah, that's correct. He wanted to do express that he understands. Okay, excerpt 2. I'm gonna ask Fatma. Fatma, Ekman uses a series of the modal verb can as a way to hatch in order to
Express his understanding of the fact, Miss.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's correct. Well done. Thank you. Okay, last one. I'm gonna ask Rio. Rio, are you here? Rio? Okay, I'm gonna ask Livia. Livia, I want you to answer excerpt 3. Ekman hatches using qualifying adverbs such as pretty and a little less in order to?
Avoid personal accountability.
Yeah, very good. So these are the answers. Yeah, and you can hear that from when you're listening to it, like how they respond. Okay, cool. Okay, last but not least is the expression of your opinion. Discussing the idea, let's look at number 1. Goodwin claims that the basis of lying is narcissism. Do you guys know what narcissism is? Can anyone explain to me what it is?
Like placing yourself in like the center, right?
Yes. Mostly, actually now it's also a personality disorder. Yeah. Do you guys remember when we still had no front cameras on our phones? We only had a camera at the back, but not yet at the front. And if we wanted to take a picture of ourselves, we would have to flip our phone in such a weird way. Like, and we wouldn't really get ourselves correct on the picture. And then people would say like, oh, narcissist, narcissist. And now we all have front camera, so it's easy to take selfies, and now nobody says that anymore. But yeah, it's actually placing yourself at the center. It is also now a personality disorder. It's where people have a very big sense of their own importance. They are very important to themselves, and they have a very deep need for attention, admiration, and so on. So it's very much putting themselves up front. Yeah. So people lie in order to feel better about themselves. Lying, therefore, is one component of people who have a narcissistic personality disorder, because they would lie in order to feel good, or they exaggerate, right? Like, for example, they did something, but they just blow the whole story up, make it a very huge story just so they look better. Yeah. So Goodwin claims that the basis of lying is narcissism. Would you agree with that or not? Is it that everybody who lies has a narcissistic behavior, or not necessarily? What do you think? No one? Lau, what do you think? So when you're narcissistic, you're extremely self-centered. You find yourself super important. And you want people to admire you. And that is more when you're narcissistic. Nobody wants to respond to this? What's happening with your class today? Oh boy.
Kalau Miss saya boleh jawab, tapi
Ya.
pakai B Indo.
Oke.
Kalau menurut saya sih nggak harus sih orangnya jadi narsis. Soalnya kan kadang-kadang kita juga bohong kayak misalnya white lies gitu kan, Miss. Kayak misalnya demi kebaikan orang lain, kayak kita ngerasa nggak enak gitu loh, Miss.
Understood. That would be more referred to as like a white lie, right? A white lie, like you do it actually because you want to protect someone else's feeling. Yeah, got it. Yeah, that's a very good way of seeing it. Now let's look at thank you. Let's look at number 2. What kinds of white lies, so the one we just talked about, or half-truths have you told? Referring to the chart on page 39 and 40, use Dr. Ackman's taxonomy of lies to describe dishonesty. Describe the situation in which you didn't tell the whole truth. So like, think about it, like white lies, as Fanya just stated, means if we don't really tell the truth because we want to protect someone else's feelings, we don't want to offend someone, or maybe we don't want to disturb the peace, like everything is going well and everybody's happy, and then they ask you, for example, so hey, how's the cake I made? And you go like, it's disgusting. Or you say like, oh yeah, it's nice, but actually go like, oh, it's not nice. But you see everybody's happy and you see that everybody's having a good time, and you don't want to be the party breaker and say like, I don't like it, right? So maybe that's where these white lies fall in, where we don't want to create an awkward situation or just want to guard someone else's feelings. So maybe not really true, in a way true, or maybe when we're smart, we're saying, well, the frosting is really nice. I mean, glad you did a good job with that. So it's sometimes hard. You want to be all truthful sometimes. You also don't want to be blunt and hurt people's feelings, right? Yeah. So I believe that what Panya says kind of also answers number 2, that we have circumstances that we do that. Now, let's look at number 3. Lying has long been a part of everyday life. We couldn't get through the day without being deceptive. Now, that is what Professor Leonard Sachs of Brandeis University, Boston, Massachusetts says. Do you agree or disagree with Professor Sachs? Do you believe that we cannot go through a day without lying? Do we lie every day? Do you agree with that? Yes or no?
No, Miss.
No? Why? Can you explain?
Karena kalau bohong itu lebih ke keadaan mendesak gitu, sedangkan setiap hari kan nggak ada masalah, belum tentu ada masalah gitu loh, Miss.
Yeah, okay, so that would mean then if you would be lying every day, you will probably have made it almost like a habit for yourself, right? Yeah. But lying could also be like when you're not really truthful to yourself. So it depends also how you define lying, because lying can go really far, you know, like when you actually don't like the color of something, you say, yeah, it's okay, but you're actually not really liking it, but you're just too lazy to explain, because you know when you say you don't like it, you got to explain why you don't like it, you know. So sometimes we say things, so is that regarded as a lie or not? I think it depends also a little bit on how we see a lie. And I think people who lie every day, yeah, like you said, yeah, we wouldn't do that every day. If people do that every day, then probably that is a habit, yeah. But definitely if we look at our religious point of view or our faith point of view, yeah, we do not want to lie, because that is not in one line with the word of God, right? God wants us to be truthful at all times. Telling the truth also, though, should be done with wisdom at the right time and in the right way, because sometimes telling the truth can hurt people as well, right? Doesn't mean you then have to lie, but the way you tell the truth, you got to be smooth and wise with how to tell the truth. But truth definitely reflects the heart of the Father in heaven, who is the Father of truth and the Father of life. Yeah, life. Okay, are there any questions, guys? Are there maybe any questions about your, what's that called, your project? Let me share with you real quick our unit schedule, just to remind you on where we're at with our work. So we are in the week of the 28th of September, right here, week 2. Means that I'm going to give you the video comprehension. So after this, I'm going to open the link. The link is in your ebook for listening and speaking. Just go to the table of contents, go to Unit 2, go to video comprehension and then click it. You will come to the link and I will open it after this. You will answer it and give it to me, submit it to me today. Yeah, today. For your project, this week your focus should be on research. So research your log, next week research journal. So it's a slow pace. When we get back to normal classes, the pace will be fast, but now it's still a bit slow. And for your post-study, I am going to give you the link. For your post-study, sorry, for your post-study, you're going to do the activities in listening 1, part listening 1 in your ebook for listening and speaking. I will open the links. And for your pre-study, I will upload the video and give the link to you for reading 1, unit 2, reading 1. And you will do the activities in your textbook for reading and writing, okay? Because this pre-study, if you do not do that, then next week during our Zoom meeting, you have a hard time discussing with me because you don't know what we're talking about. So please do not forget to do your pre-study. Then during our Zoom meeting, we will do the review. You can ask me a lot of questions and then you do the post-study. It's a very well organized way for you to understand the material. Okay, so remember that start doing your research for your speaking test. Just as a reminder, which is your virtual group discussion about dilemmas and lying. Yeah, so last week's focus was brainstorm. Now research. Use your brainstorm to do your research to find the sources for the points you came up with, and maybe through your research you find even more points. And since it's a group work, you separately can do that and then compile everything. Remember, we do not meet, we do this virtually. Okay, any questions?
No.
No? Okay then, thank you very much. I will see you again next week and I will give you the link of the video for your pre-study and I will open the links of your ebook for your post-study. And the first thing I do now is the link for your video. God bless you. Bye-bye, everybody.